Yes, indeed, the legendary Lee Bamber is your host for this evening, and I am the voice of All-Star Wrestling South. Era Nix, ladies and gentlemen, what a one-on-one matchup we have for you right here. The indestructible pitbull of professional wrestling. A mountain of mustache indeed. Here comes Benjamin Stone. That mustache has never looked better, and Benjamin Stone has never looked meaner. Technical prowess like no other in professional wrestling, with an extremely nasty disposition to boot. Benjamin Stone loves the spotlight, and finally, in his estimation, after many great outings under the All-Star banner, finally has an opportunity against one of the all-time greats, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be the ultimate test of Benjamin Stone's ability in front of a sold-out studio theatre. 5 volumes of All-Star Wrestling South, 5 sellouts. Thank you so much to the people at Salisbury. By the way, if you want your tickets, you better get in there quick at allstarsouth.com, ladies and gentlemen.
Match number 2 then will be wrestled with 1 fall to listen. Presenting and introducing to you firstly now in the ring, the tenacious pitbull himself, Benjamin Stone. And tonight, Stone faces the biggest challenge of his wrestling career, because we found a great opponent for you. Here he is.
Well, boy, did we ever find the perfect opponent for Benjamin Stone. And if you want to test yourself as one of the best technical wrestlers in the world today, then you better test yourself against the best technical wrestler in the world today. British legend is an understatement, ladies and gentlemen. The all-time classic that is James Mason, often imitated, never truly reproduced. There is only one true icon of the mat, and that is, of course, the legendary James Mason, still absolutely firing on all cylinders after all these years. And might I say, aging better than a fine wine is James Mason, one of the most likable men in all of our sport, and frankly, the kind of guy who can turn you into a pretzel with absolutely no wasted motion. Benjamin Stone has the test of his young career right now against the instant classic, James Mason.
Introducing to you then, a British wrestling legend from Bermondsey in London, the Wrestler's Wrestler, James Mason!
Yes, indeed, the Wrestler's Wrestler. Is there ever a better understanding for a British wrestler than the Wrestler's Wrestler? Everybody looks up to James Mason, and rightfully so. And James Mason, by the way, has been very instrumental as he offers a handshake to Benjamin Stone. It has to be said, Benjamin Stone, that mean disposition has lightened ever so slightly in recent months, and Benjamin Stone is looking to prove himself by out-wrestling his opponents more so than taking shortcuts, which he's been known to do. But I'll tell you what, there are no shortcuts when it comes to James Mason. Collar and elbow tie-up. Referee Roger Sears in charge of this magnificent one-on-one matchup. The future of technical wrestling versus the absolute historic encyclopedia that is James Mason. Benjamin Stone cocked and ready with that right hand, a closed fist, which of course isn't legal in this one-on-one matchup. 1 fall to a finish. Traditional British wrestling rules apply. And beautiful wrist lock control by James Mason, turning Benjamin Stone inside out. Now looking for manipulation. I get used to this, by the way. If you haven't seen James Mason, frankly, if you haven't, what are you doing? Living under a rock? Ladies and gentlemen, James Mason is truly the king of the hold. Well, already there's the wrist lock control. Lovely nip up. Counter by Benjamin Stone. Goes right through on James Mason. Now looking to apply serious leverage to that wrist. And a beautiful counter out of absolutely nowhere. By the way, don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, if I get a little bit stumped myself, because frankly, as he applies the cravat, James Mason is able to find holds that, frankly, have never been seen before in British professional wrestling. Now, Benjamin Stone rolls right through that cravat. Lovely counter, now into a pinning combination. But that is exactly what happens if you don't get full maximum body weight control on James Mason. He will find a way to lift his shoulder off the canvas with relative ease, might I add. And now, essentially looking to build a kip up. Instead goes for the head scissors. Lovely head scissors by James Mason. Looks to be in an incredibly comfortable position here.
How are you, Aaron? Not bad, mate. You alright? Lovely to see you again, mate.
James Mason having a conversation with ANDMedia. Not surprising, really. I know he is a particularly big fan of ANDMedia's work, as we all are here at All-Star Wrestling South. Doesn't matter how many cameras, by the way, that ANDMedia production brings to All-Star. You're still going to find new angles to film James Mason as he looks to row the boat that is Benjamin Stone. You might have noticed that right foot in the middle of the spine, looking to apply more pressure. Transitions. He says he's making it up as he's going along. I find that very hard to believe, but James Mason is so knowledgeable in professional wrestling, he quite literally could just make up a move on the fly, and it certainly looks like he's doing that. He's having a really good time right now with James Mason. You think about how many young, astonishing talents have come through the doors of All-Star Wrestling South and beyond, and James Mason has probably humbled every single one of them at some point, and no doubt is keeping an eye on the stunning level of talent that is coming out of the ASW South Academy. Lovely monkey flip over the top. Finally, Benjamin Stone gets the separation. Not quite what he was looking for. And now James Mason looking to manipulate joints, potentially with the Japanese arm drag applied. That butcher's grip applied to both hands of Benjamin Stone, and almost using a straight jacket hold. Well, it is a straight jacket hold is what it is. Benjamin Stone essentially being throttled by himself. Such is the magnificent use of leverage by James Mason. And speaking of leverage, I think he will be looking to apply said Japanese stranglehold, and does so with aplomb. And wow, Benjamin Stone hung out to dry like a cheap Primark washing line. And now, oh, beautiful counter to be fair. Rolls over, uses his weight, and now applies a straitjacket chokehold of his own. What you see is ask James Mason if he wants to give. I don't think I've ever seen James Mason give. I don't think he plans on giving right now either. Talk about a feather in Benjamin Stone's cap, though. If he could knock off James Mason, who was looking to escape that straitjacket, but there, look out. Looking to create leverage, twisting the shoulders, and there we go. Benjamin Stone goes right through. Very smart there. Takes the momentum, moves with it, and he's able to maintain control, at least for now. Once again, James goes back to him, buries his forehead into Benjamin Stone's, and now able to counter. Benjamin Stone rather smartly backs him into the ropes, whips him completely up and over, goes back to wrist lock control. Benjamin Stone, thus far in this one-on-one matchup, impressing. Hands off the touch, he says, and a kick to the back. And there's one way to rile up Benjamin Stone. It's grabbing that magnificent facial hair. James Mason, not one for facial hair, and certainly not one to be outdone by what is, in his estimation, a rookie. I suppose everybody is a rookie as far as James Mason is concerned, and nothing fancy about that. Stretching the thigh muscles, the hamstring, and now cravating the left ankle of Benjamin Stone. He's able to get his right leg free, and Benjamin Stone, smartly aware of the ropes, creates a break. James Mason, clean as a whistle. Very much the fluid professional wrestler you would expect. The wrestler's wrestler, the technical master of the mat. James Mason, go behind, roll up on Benjamin Stone. Caught deep there, 2 counter. Oh, Benjamin Stone, lovely counter. Able to lock up the arm, potentially looking, I thought he might have been looking for a crossface. He's got a head scissors, or should I say a leg scissors around the right arm of James Mason. Now looking to isolate the left arm, and what that does is create hyper-extension in the shoulder blades of your opponent. So you take James Mason's arms away, his mobility with his arms, and that takes away a large percentage of his technical game. Left arm escapes. Now Benjamin Stone decides that he'd rather just apply pressure to one arm, and now, interesting, looks to Sit in on the pin, and James Mason goes right through. Should not have given him any opportunity, and that's what James Mason does. The Houdini of professional wrestling. This man could find room in a phone box. Goes straight into the go behind, and a full Nelson applied to Benjamin Stone, who, let's be honest, despite being an extremely impressive professional wrestler, is having a hard time gauging James Mason, who's bringing every single trick in the book. The arm drag takeover there, though. Benjamin Stone takes control again with the wrist locker now, looking to... Oh, man, I think he was looking to stretch it right over. If he can lock that up, he might be able to stamp on it, potentially looking to break a shoulder, at least maim him, and I think that's what he's doing. He's got the pressure applied. Oh, my God. Oh, man, James Mason does not appreciate that one bit. Nothing clean about that, but goes right back to that left arm, and now... Oh, look out now. Benjamin Stone finally, I think, looking to bend the rules to suit. Has that left arm knotted up and looking to hyperextend it in the ropes. You can see the pain on James Mason's face. James Mason not impressed that Benjamin Stone has opted to bend the rules in his favour, but that's ultimately what Benjamin Stone has been all about in the past months, and I will say up until that point, a very clean affair as far as sportsmanlike professional wrestling goes. And James Mason says turnabout is fair play. Vicious Irish whip into the corner. Ben Stone may have unlocked a, shall we say, a slightly meaner side, and that is a violent European uppercut to the chin. James Mason asking for one more, and now vicious strike once again, and it's something that is extremely underrated in James Mason's arsenal is his ability to strike with severe passion and ferocity. Short arm clothesline, pin for the 10, 2 count. Roger C is in perfect position, and why would you expect anything less from the head official? One of the best referees in the world today is Roger Sears. Nothing but the best for ASW South as expected, as always. And now, reverse full Nelson of sorts, and stepping into it. Normally this would create a future shock DDT, excuse me. Of course, James Mason always looking for a submission finish. Very rarely likes to use high impact moves on the neck and head when it's absolutely necessary. Very much likes to have full control. Doesn't like separation from his opponents, as a lot of those impact moves do. Speaking of impact, lovely suplex by Benjamin Stone, who popped the hips as he does so well. That left shoulder is up, and now, and once again, Benjamin Stone being made a mockery of slightly, and this is what James Mason is able to do. So many wrestlers have not been able to master the art of being able to keep their shoulders off the canvas with such ease, and the neck bridge there. Benjamin Stone looks to, beautiful counter into a headlock of his own. And once again, James Mason has full control and threatens a closed fist to the dome of Benjamin Stone. Thinks more astutely of it, and now just vicious rising double knee lift. Very Steven Regal-esque. A master of the world of sport era is James Mason, somebody who studies the tapes ad nauseum, and now, oh God, nothing fancy about that. Just stuffs his knee into the chest of Benjamin Stone. Irish whip, countered by Stone. James Mason caught. Now, speaking of which, Benjamin Stone with a shoulder block goes up and over James Mason, who's looking to shift, headbutt to the midsection now. Looking to Irish whip Benjamin Stone off the rope. Sunset flip applied by Benjamin Stone. Is he going to get James Mason over? James Mason sits in, hooks the leg, deep hitting combination. And just like that, James Mason has caught Benjamin Stone and picks up another win in his illustrious career. One fall is all it took. Benjamin Stone with an extremely impressive effort, as to be said. Not many people can take James Mason the distance like that. Benjamin Stone certainly did. Benjamin Stone should be very proud of his effort indeed. And I have to say, an impressively clean affair from Benjamin Stone, who offers his hand to James Mason, just like James did at the beginning of this matchup. Tentative, but James Mason says, well done, young man. It is very, very beautiful to see such sportsmanlike behavior from both of these men. A stunning one-on-one matchup, and it looks like Benjamin Stone truly has turned a corner here at All-Star Wrestling South.
And the winner of this match, the legendary James Mason.
Well, how about a hand for the British classic himself, James Mason. Let's have a look at a replay of that vicious European uppercut. My God, almost decapitated poor Benjamin Stone. Almost knocked his catch clean off. Look at that deep pinfall. Gets him clean, shoulders to the mat. It's another win for James Mason.
You want to see some great matches, just get onto YouTube and type in the word James Mason. You'll see plenty of excellent matches. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is, James Mason.